Welcome to Bluebird Enterprises.
Alright, what's up fam? So in this video I'll be kind of showing you the priming of the hood and how these project cars can kind of escalate. Also give kind of a quick tutorial on how to make some masking templates and kind of go over the body kit that I bought and how it turned out to be more work than I thought it would be. So here goes. Alright, we're back for a little update. So one thing I've found is when you're like making some masking, if you get paper and you like push into the seam on here, like you can see, it makes this mark on there. So what I did is I got a big sheet of paper and laid it on here, and then you like push into the, like tape it and just like right here, and then lay it over it, and then make sure it doesn't like move around or fore and aft, and then like push with your finger and make an indentation in the paper, and then you can take it off and use your handy pair of scissors and kind of cut it out, and then it fits real nice, right? And then you just have tape on the seal, and I made sure it was pretty tight to the seal, so when we take it off, or when we sand it, we can sand in there, and then paint gets in there, so it looks good when we take it off. So I got the rear window done, sunroof done, working on the front window. As you can see, I didn't choose the best spot to make a time lapse of. This one's kind of difficult, but I am definitely pretty fortunate to be painting this car the same color. I feel like if you're painting it a different color, if you did like if I miss a spot, you're not really going to notice it that much because it's basically the same color underneath. But if you're going from white to black or something, you miss a spot and pull that masking off, it's definitely going to be pretty apparent. So yeah, I feel like it's pretty good process if you need to make specific pieces of paper like this. Just kind of push it into the corner and then cut it out, some scissors, and start masking it. All right, so final update before I call it a night here. We did sand this primer. Came out pretty good. Definitely still needs quite a bit of Bondo work and spot putty work, but it's definitely coming along. It's a lot smoother. I'm definitely working on like this area. There's like a radius, you can see it on this side, and that's kind of, you gotta match the contour there. It's kind of challenging, but we're making some progress there. So yeah, today I definitely so quite the transformation here. So I basically just took all the body panels off the car because I figured it'd be easier to fix it and get it all painted while it was off. So yeah, quite the little transformation from the last video. Made quite a bit of progress because I took all these panels off. I took both the doors off, kind of fitted this door, took the front bumper off, and kind of got it all laid out, got organized. Hood is off, and it's looking pretty good. Everything came apart real easy. Definitely need to find some clips and stuff because some of them broke when I took it apart. But this project is definitely coming along. I'm looking forward to working on it tomorrow. But yeah, I got the interior cleaned up. I'll be masking this area tomorrow, masking the trunk tomorrow, and then I'll really start sanding, cleaning this car up, mask off the hood, or mask off the engine, mask off the windshield, and really go to town on the sanding. I'll probably set up this table, maybe try and put it outside a little bit so it doesn't get so dusty in here. Body kit came in. Been definitely grinding on this thing, getting Bondo everywhere. I have been forgetting my GoPro up in Bellingham, which is kind of unfortunate, but we've been making progress, getting Bondo laid, getting a few things sanded. I basically masked off this whole car, got it nice and masked, and been sanding on it. Got all this sanded. Working on getting this body kit
kind of wrapping my head around getting it installed. It's definitely a little more involved than I thought it would be, but we're getting it done. And we've been working on this paint booth. We got a few vents in here, which is looking good. So my dad made these, it's pretty cool. He made these little doors and stuff. So you can open it and all this stuff opens with filters, and then it breathes to the outside. And it's been going well. So trying to stay, motivated on this thing. It's kind of hard, but we're making it happen. We got our new door, taking stuff apart, getting it all kitted up and put to the side, and I'm ready to get working this weekend and try and get basically this fender and this hood is basically the hardest part. So once we get that all faired in and everything with all this Bondo, a lot of sanding, but once it's all faired in, I think we're smooth sailing after that point. I'm looking to get this painted maybe during Christmas, around that time, so I'll keep you guys updated. I recommend getting kind of a junk gun like from Harbor Freight or something to shoot primer with, so you don't waste, a good gun having to clean it and get it all gummed up. You want to save it for good, like nice paint. Like when you're painting the car, use the nice gun. So I got this set up here, piece of wood, couple ladders, and should be ready to prime. It's pretty close with the Bondo work, so I'm hoping I can fill in the low spots with some high build primer, and then we can go from there, start blocking. And I got it masked off on the edges because I don't know if I'm going to paint the bottom of the hood, because it's like more work, and it's kind of a nightmare if you're trying to paint both the top and the bottom. Okay, pretty exciting. We have the car in the paint booth now, as you can see, and we're getting ready to shoot some primer on the whole car, and the fenders and the trunk lid. We got the hood painted, as you saw, and we did some body work on it. We're gonna put another coat of primer on there just to kind of fill in some of the low spots. It's pretty close, so pretty exciting stuff. I cut a little hole in here to get some access to the steering wheel. Just making this corner right here, it's kind of a tough thing. But we also took the car outside and we blew it off outside to not get so much dust in the air in here, which is kind of a lost cause in some ways because it's already pretty bad, but we don't want to make it too much worse. Also, one thing I will mention is when you're trying to get some dust off a car, you use these tack rags to kind of they're like sticky cloths that kind of pick up like dust and stuff like that. So you can see right here, I didn't quite wipe this one off. When you wipe it off, it takes off all the excess dust and allows you to, spray your paint without a bunch of dust getting into it. So this snippet is from a later date when I was priming the front bumper, rear fairing, and doing the last kind of significant coat on the hood. So when you're priming something, the main goal is to kind of fill any low spots. And I kind of think of it as like a thin sprayable Bondo. So therefore, if you have any spots that need filling, like your guide coat showed that they were low, then you can put it on, pretty thick there, and it's good too, because then you have a good foundation to sand down and make smooth again. So keeping that in mind, when you are doing like vertical panels, you can put it on thick, but you want to be sure that it kind of tacks up before you put it on another coat, because it could run. So be careful there. howdy ho, everyone. So we're making good progress. We got sprayed a little more primer. I'm working on this body line. It needs to be straight, and I noticed that I put a little too much Bondo. I'm glad I have a reference to go by on this left-hand side. But we got a bunch of stuff completed. Like this stuff is all ready to be painted. These fenders. We got the hood is all straightened out, even though someone jumped on it, you know, as I've mentioned. We got it pretty straight, just sprayed a little bit of primer in a couple areas. And yeah, it's coming along. We also got this bumper sprayed. Just a little bit of kind of touch up on here. Just a couple spots. And it's cool, I was using this little HVLP gun, and it actually works like pretty great. It doesn't have much volume, which I didn't realize was kind of set me back a little. It took a while to spray what I wanted, but we got it done. You know, that's the freaking main thing. I can show you. It's just all Harbor Freight stuff, but it's actually freaking pretty good quality. This is like the main primer gun that we use. And then we got the Central Pneumatic Professional Mini Detail Spray Gun. Let's get her out. This tiny. It's got like a 0.6, was it millimeter tip? And it works good for you know, just touch-up areas. It doesn't put a lot into the air, which is good. Because as you can tell, if we look around, my dad definitely isn't happy about what I'm doing to his shop. But there's quite a bit of dust, you know, which is the name of the game, in my opinion. Planning on taking it all apart, like the shop kind of all apart and cleaning her out once we're done. So, trying to get this done though. I called Wesco Paint. They said they can get me some blue electron pearl for this thing. And I'm probably going to go with a pretty, you know, middle of the road paint. I'm not going to go crazy buy like $1,000 paint, but we'll buy some good stuff for it.
Hey, thanks for stopping into the Bluebird Enterprises YouTube channel. If you like what you saw, give me a big thumbs up, and hopefully you're leaving with a bigger smile than you came in with.